This is a beautiful day to be alive. You're tuned to Women Radio 91.7 FM, the voice of women, Nigeria's first and only radio station for women and their families. Is HerLens, where we have different conversations on different, sometimes controversial topics affecting women in general with the ladies of HerLens, Bukifemi Ajala, Susan Ihuoma, and Ibinabo Dixon. Good morning, ladies. How are you this morning? Good morning,
Yeah,
Buki.
we are all
Wow.
here. So we should
Okay.
talk together, jam everything together.
Okay, starting up. Bookie came first. Bookie, good morning. How are you?
All right, Book is doing great. I want to thank God. It's I think I can see some showers here, but we're
Mm.
fine. The weekend, how was the weekend? Because that is what you're going to ask me now. How was the weekend? Okay, yes, it was restful for me. Yes, very restful for me, and I want to thank God for that. Yeah, but this week it's a bit busy, but I know the Lord will strengthen me. The Lord will strengthen me. We're doing some training for lawyers in the restorative justice because most of them are not, I mean, that particular alternative dispute is not being taught. So, and it's something that we have to bring to Nigeria. So, there's a lot of training going on this week. So, and of course, you all know that I'm the prison minister. So, anything that will improve, the justice system, aside from criminal, we're also looking at restorative justice system. It's a beautiful one. So that's what we'll keep this week. But I'll be here by God's grace.
Awesome.
So Susan and Ibinabo, I doff my hat for you, and of course our beautiful participants. Yeah, you think I left you? I didn't leave you. Ekaro, by you. Happy week start.
Mhm. Susan, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Fumi. Good morning, Buki. Good morning, Ibinabo. Halens family, Unabolachi. That means good morning in Igbo language.
Okay.
Yes, my weekend was cool. And to crown it all, last night we had serious downpour here in the city of
Oh,
Abuja. So this girl was all coiled up under her duvet, and trust me, it was enjoyable.
wait,
No fun, and I was feeling good.
I love to watch Susan's statuses. It gives me life. I'm always commenting on her. I'm like my queen because I love her. She's like music. She's like me. I think we're twins. I can say she's like me. We're twins. That energy, that personality. I love to see it. And then Ibidaba went on the weekend. I did not reply because I was jealous. She went on the weekend to enjoy her life. She was updating us on her status. She remember her daughter. She was eating different meals and did not call us. And by the way, your daughter is so beautiful. Ibidaba, good morning.
Good morning, beautiful ladies, Lady Bookie, Lady Susan, Lady Fumi, and all the beautiful ladies and gentlemen out there. It's great to be here. Yes, I want to thank you for the compliment. She will hear. That girl like to hear that. I don't know for how.
Please let her hear.
Thank you. So it's great to be here, and we are here. We are ready. We are ready to dissect, disagree, and agree, and
Yes,
do all
so
the bad.
yes, so okay, let's get into it this morning. The first one I saw before I get to yesterday was Mother's Day. In America, Canada, Mother's Day was yesterday, and quite a few people were like, why? And so I saw this video. Maraji, the content creator, she came out to talk about how sometimes she wanted when she started having children, she didn't like her mom calling her mommy Jaden because she was like, that's going to erase my individuality and all of that. But then she then went on to say, look, by the time she started realizing the process it takes to giving birth, to being pregnant, first of all, then giving birth, then the post care, then being a mother, she was like, well, please call me Iya Jaden. That's all right. But then the question really is, do women just take up the personality of being mommy something as opposed to being individuals? Have we, in the bid to embrace motherhood, forgotten who we are? Is it individually, as an individual? So, for instance, before you became somebody's wife, you were something. Maybe you were Fumi, right? Then you became somebody's wife. You are now Mrs. Bangbala, like in my case. Then you became somebody's mother, Yazuriel, Jonathan, and then all of a sudden you go about life and nobody's really calling you Fumi any longer. They're now calling you Iya Tayo or Iyawo Tunde. So have we lost our personality, or is it a case of, look, being a mom is such a noble cause. You've chosen to be a mom, and it's okay to identify yourself as being a mother. Who shall build the cats? I can say Susan. Oh, Susan, please, you're a mother too.
It's even good to start with me so that the people that we wrap up are people that have given birth. Kò matter.
Very.
Gbogbo wa náà ni mother bẹ́yẹn.
So no, that's what
But
Susan, because people think that being a
think
mother is
that
when you
being a
give
mother
birth
is
to
when you give
somebody.
birth to
But no,
somebody.
no,
But no,
no.
you, as long as you're taking care
as
of
long as
someone,
you're taking care of
someone,
someone,
you're a mom. So you keep go
you're a
ahead.
mom, so you go ahead.
Absolutely. Thank you, Fumi. And first, I want to say Happy Mother's Day to all mothers, whether you're taking care of young people, your family, nieces, nephews, what have you. I did a post about it yesterday, and it's not only until I am a science teacher, so I know most times people attach motherhood to biology and you birthing a child, but it goes beyond that. There are young mentees who look up to me, who I get to, nurture and what have you. I have siblings. I am the first of 5 children. So, I mean, I'm always the go to person because you might tell my mom, and my mom will go off on you. But when you tell sister, sister knows the way I'm going to present it to our mom, and she'll be like, okay, maybe we should do it like. But if you go straight and meet her to go and do Gen Z, whatever, my mama no see you. She no send all those kind of things. So yes, I think it's an individual thing. I used to live in Lagos, and in Lagos, they prefer you to call Iya somebody. Once you have a child, I know young ladies that were calling for me, and the moment, sorry, I'm using your name, but
Oh, it's
you
fine.
are my twinnie.
Oh, it's fine.
So once they have children, they want you to call them Iya so and so. It's not so where I come from. You can decide to call Iya Kelechi, which is my name, and you can also decide to call my name, my mom, by her name. So it's an individual thing. And we also need women, because I have also seen women while waiting to have their own kids, they
Yeah.
are carried away from enjoying the little things they can do for the children around them. It's not until you birth a child
Absolutely.
biologically and resist the urge for unnecessary pressure. I tell people this all of the time. You just put yourself in a tight corner. You are, oh my God, when? Anxiety from nowhere. If you have looked for a child before and been to a hospital, you would know that anxiety doesn't help a woman who is trusting God for a child. It doesn't. So the best thing you can do for yourself is just to free yourself. And so as we celebrate this Mother's Day, it might be your nieces, it might be your nephews, it might even be children. Personally, I like to reach out to children whom I may never meet or see again. So for every quarter, I did that for the first quarter of the year. I raised funds and I went to visit an orphanage because I didn't have the financial capability. Seeing them gather, I chat with them, I ask them what they want to become. Yes, I do all of that with those kids. I ask them what they want to become in future, just sing, pray with them, interact with them, and share the little things I have with them. It is not until you push out a child before you become, and no, it doesn't take away your identity. I mean, yes, Maharaji might have spoken, and it's because he's a celebrity or a known face. If it was one Susan from the corner of my house that has spoken now, nobody go carry him. You know, go trend reach all those bloggers. That's the truth. But yes, but we all, in one way or the other, what we are doing on HerLens, we're also raising consciousness, we're raising awareness so that women don't put themselves through undue stress. I am saying this because I do not have biological children. That was why I'm not bothered at this stage, because I know when God wants me to have those children, una go carry triplets here. Women radio, una go carry triplets because I'm a lover of multiple beds. I am a lover of multiple beds. Over 10 years, I've always said when I want to have children, I want twins or triplets, and that's the end of discussion. I'm not even afraid. People are, how will you? Ekpele, is it your carry? Allow me to carry my thing in peace. So once more, happy Mother's Day. It doesn't take your identity, but it adds to who you are. It adds, I mean, at your place of work, when you are writing your name, I'm sure you write Mrs. Something. So it doesn't take away your identity at the end of the day. It's just people who know you and know your children. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That I see, this is why I love Susan. Energy for energy. But then let's go to the mellow. The mellow reading. I think I'll go to Bookie first. No, let me go to Ibidabo before I go to Bookie, because Bookie will just come and say, the Bible says and everything. So Bookie, let's go to Lady Ibidabo. Please go ahead.
I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. So don't worry. You're safe. I didn't hear you.
Okay, thank you for me. You see, for me, well, maybe because she just, it's like she put the thoughts of a lot of women together and brought it to this. For me, motherhood is a trophy, please. It is it is a feather that will beautify your already beautiful cap. So, and also I will say that for me, I'm looking at it from the point of view of, let me give it a panoramic view. One of the reasons wanting to snap back, because she talked about snap. People
My.
It is because of men, some women, and it's very annoying. It's very annoying because for me, let me talk about myself. I gave birth last year to one of my children. I've narrated this story before, and it is my story, and I'm very proud of it. And it wasn't a matter of vaginal birth or CS. It was a necessity. I started having children at a much younger age. I was barely over my 20s when I started having children. So my first child, it was like that. I had gone for the last, what is it called, a scan and everything. And I came and they said, the baby don't breach you, this and that. And I was cut open. And I had my baby. And the rest of the children, Ogbeni, if they call it Hebrews women way, now Hebrews women way. So I'm standing for both sides. Don't CS, and I've given birth via vaginal birth.
Yeah.
And I know the joy of motherhood. Don't know it. Sometimes it is not because you don't have a child of you. If I ask you that now, she understands the joy of motherhood. She's yet to have her own biological. I'm sure some people who are like children to her, and she knows how much she loves them, how much she want anything bad to happen to them. So you see, the joy of motherhood is another level that even man of it experience her. But you see, wanting to quickly snap back. I snapped back, not for any man, not for my husband, for me. For me, because when I was in paid employment, you for sabi me that time. Come and see me in my mini suit.
Hey.
My jacket, I want to tuck in.
I believe you.
I don't like when I tuck in, my tummy is bulging. The moment I got pregnant, I told myself, by the time I give birth, I'm going to deal with this tummy. And I did in my own little way. got my own little results. And I didn't do it for anybody. I didn't do it because I didn't love my child. I did it for me because of the kind of dresses I love to put on. And I don't like looking funny in my clothes. So whatever I'm going to put on, it was something that looks good on me. And it is for me. So you see, when a woman is created to have the power of multitasking, you can be a mother, you can be a good wife, you can be an entrepreneur or in paid employment, and you can balance all this. That is why we are super. That is why we are celebrated officially like 3 or 4 times in a year. You know, we are very original, we are very fantastic, and nobody should feel less of herself. Somebody addresses her by her child's name. As I'm concerned, you can call me by my child's name. I'm very proud to answer you. You call me by my name, I'm very proud to answer you. You call me by my missus, I'm very proud to answer you, because I am me. I have not changed. I only have more feathers. So don't put me down because I added more feathers supposed to beautify my cap. Beautiful colors. So people should stop, feeling less of themselves because they have been addressed by the names of their children. Please, do you know that I know somebody who, when you do not address her by her child's name, is like, money. Do you understand? So different folks, different strokes.
Yeah.
Those who are not proud of being called by their children's names, well, I don't know what is wrong with them though. I don't know what they're trying to prove. You are married, even if you are not, if you are a single parent, you are a parent already. It is a beautiful, beautiful status, so beautiful level. So what's your problem? People should go and mindset. Work on your mindset. Work on your on the way you see yourself, and stop thinking that calling or addressing you by your child's name brings your class.
Yeah.
Which primary class you do with it? Call me by any of my names. I'm going to respond. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lady Vidaba, because I really like where you started from. Because interestingly, the next story, if we have time to touch, is about being the stigma surrounding. Let me put that one first. I really like how you built the story and got to where you are, and how you talked about mindset. Before I go to Bookie, the numbers to call, the phone lines are now open: 07000 917 917. 0800 1235917. So please call those two numbers: 07000 917 917 or 800 1235 917. This numbers, we want mothers to call. Tell us how you feel about this story, this topic. Are you team call me by my name, or are you team call me by my husband's name, or call me by my children's name? Which one are you? Tell us, we want to know. Or do you think that addressing someone by their child's name makes them less than, like, who are you behind it? Who are you behind it? We are live on YouTube at WFM 917, and you can listen to us on the go via our website, www.wfm917. You can send your text messages, WhatsApp messages, or voice notes to 0703 1756 537 or 08155 917 917. Once again, the phone lines are open: 0800 1235 917 or 07000 917 917. Okay. Hi, Lady Bookie. What are your thoughts on it? I feel like you might go the route of mindsets, but let's hear your thoughts on this.
Okay, sorry, I can't put on my video. The network is not too good here. Yeah, I will definitely go via the rule of mindset, because me, I don't even know why we're even discussing this. You understand? Well, but depending on the environment. For instance, you are at work. Obviously, courtesy demands they call you Bookie or Mrs. Whatever. I mean, it's even funny. Where I worked about 30 years ago, thereabout, we came up with the slang "Ya Jala, Ya Famakiwa." you are this. And we still call ourselves to, I mean, that's a pet name and things like that.
Mhm.
But outside of the work environment, I mean, in your religious organization, in the society and all that, I think if they call you, yeah, twins. They call me, some people call me by my daughter's first name, and some that know that I have twins, they call me Yabeji. And I answer because truly I'm Yabeji, isn't
Mhm.
it?
Yes,
Not
it
lie.
is.
Yeah, and
No,
I'm even happy when they call me Yabeji because I don't drag two, two at once.
you
you
try.
know,
Yes.
I,
Hats off to
exactly.
you.
In fact, some will say, "Hey, really? I didn't know." You understand? So I think we should be proud of that.
Mhm.
I mean, they call you by your child's name. I mean, yes, I think you should be proud of that. It's a mindset thing. I don't know where this is creeping from. That I have a name. Yes, you do have a name. Nobody is going to remove Bukola from you, or
Mhm.
nobody is going to remove Ibinabo from you. But
Mhm.
Ibinabo had given back to children. So
Mhm.
what's the big deal,
Mhm.
about that? And we need to begin to appreciate ourselves because motherhood is sacrifice. Like Ibinabo said, natural feel. I carry them for head. You understand? And I'm happy. And like Susan said, it's not just the person who went to labor. There are some people who didn't even go to labor, but they are
Mhm.
mothers. Those who are adopted, those who are mentors, those who just handhold people, what they do, now sacrifice. Oh, but let us even come to the context of it. They created a human being. They they when they say ekwe womo, it is between life and death. It is because people do not know the statistics of how many women died when they were giving birth. By the time we begin to show the statistics, I mean, if anybody comes out of labor and you can hear her speak and the baby is okay, hey, now some good fathers, and I celebrate them, they now give them their wives push present
Mhm.
gift because they appreciate what she has done. And of course, they will have to thank God because it was God that made it anyway.
Mhm.
So, and then the sacrifice, sleepless night, even when you are not comfortable, you just have to ensure that that baby eats, the baby is comfortable, you've not slept well, you hear. The next thing is you are getting up and all that. So it's a life of sacrifice, it's a life of responsibility, the highest responsibility that you can give. And then when we talk about social impact, you know what the mothers do. I'm not saying that the fathers do not do that, but today we are saying that can we focus on the mothers? We will
Mhm.
all focus on the fathers because I mean let's balance it up. Yeah. And then, of course, when you talk about invisible labor, there are some labors that are invisible. Oh. Yeah.
Hey.
There are some labors that are invisible. You know, even the thoughts of even when you do not have kids, when you have teenagers, when you have young adults, the I won't call it stress, but at times you care for them, you are concerned about them. Maybe they are in between jobs, they want to choose a life partner, they are going through some rough patches and all that. Hey, yeah, hey, I always listen to when children celebrate, the birthdays of their moms, or doing their what do you call it, weddings and things like that.
Yeah.
When they begin to tell about their moms, you will hear that, if not for this mother, she was there, she was this, she was
Yeah.
that, you
Yeah.
know. And some of them will say that this one is a prayer warrior, that she was always praying overnight, she was
Mhm.
always doing this. Invisible labor. You understand? And then, of course, culturally, and I'll wrap up with that. Culturally, when they say, yeah, this, they are giving you the highest respect, that you've been able to go and go to the labor ward and you came back, in good condition. I
Yeah.
think it's a mindset thing, and I do not think they should shift this mindset. If they call you, yeah, once it's not in the in your office, because for office, let's look at it, there are etiquettes, but yeah, there are some offices that is there, but I know that for the private and even public, for etiquette, yes, they call you your name. In fact, a whole lot of organizations now, they call you Buki, they call you Femi, or whatever it is, or ED, or whatever it is. But outside of that, I think if they call you yeah Buki or yeah whatever, I think you should, give yourself a thumbs up. We should even if you did not give birth to children. I know some people, any yeah way, and it's true. You'll always see one child or one something or there. There was a day that I heard about this woman. She never gave birth, but when she celebrated her 70th years, or was this 70th or 80th,
Mhm.
the children that had passed through
Mm.
they came, they gave her car, they celebrated her birthday, and it was like you will not know that she did not give birth, but
Mm.
because she was a year away to them.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
one, she just say, yeah, come. God blessed her with resources, you understand? She come, send them to school, we got them married, and for
wow.
them, it was like, this was my mother. You
Hmm.
understand? So we celebrate people like that. If you are there, you understand, please, we celebrate you today and we honor you. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you. God bless
Thank
you.
you so much, Buki. I can see your hand even above. And I think I saw that video as well of the woman who didn't have a child and they bought her a car. I think that's what people don't realize, that being a mother, you have to actually know what the essence of being a mother is, right? Because I do agree that being a mother has been one of the most challenging, demanding things I have done in my life, yet the most rewarding. Sometimes those children want to drive me crazy, but my son just holding me and smiling at me and say, "Mommy, how are you?" or just doing some really funny things. Sometimes it just makes up for the challenges that come with mother. I mean, there's nothing in life that it doesn't have challenges. There's no lie. But yeah, but go ahead, Imidabo.
Okay, thank you. I just want to quickly add to what the ladies have said.
Okay.
See, something just popped up in my mind now. I feel that those who don't want them to be addressed by their baby's name, I think they have problem with. Yes, we said mindset. It is still mindset, and they feel old when you call them Mama something, Mama Buki, Mama Yinka. Is like it makes them feel like I don't they old though. I don't they old. So they feel
Yeah,
they feel young
that's another
when you
angle.
name,
Yeah.
especially what even means is when you say, "Oh, Fumi, hi," this and that, they feel I don't understand it. You see, for me, I'm a woman leader, and as a woman leader, people who are much older than me, they call me mommy wa. You understand? Because I've gone through a lot. I've gone through a lot of programs, projects, and everything. So I understand and I know how to process it. When
Mm.
they call mommy, they're not saying obviously, they're looking at me and that person, you see that that person is way, way older than me. But by virtue of my office as a woman leader, they address me as mommy wa. And even when they have issues, some people will call me and I'm like, but I'll still stand in that stead of mother and still play the role that I'm able to play as of that time. So you see, if you are one of those people out there who feel that when they address you as mommy, somebody, it makes you feel, I'm already getting old. Please change your mind. You're not getting old. You have only added another beautiful feather to your cap.
Mm.
Please. If you can accept mommy, somebody addressing you as mommy from somebody who is not even my older sister's age, who is way older. So what's your problem? What?
Mm.
Let us embrace.
Yeah.
Nobody's calling you robber. Nobody's calling you something negative. It is
Mm-hmm.
beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Being a mother is one of the most beautiful things that could ever happen to you, whether you are a biological mother or you're a mother to a lot of children. Please. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, ladies. The reason for this is because there was actually a conversation that brought this up on social media, on Twitter specifically, where young ladies were complaining, about how people just get married and all of a sudden they become Mrs. Something. And then when they start having children, they become Mommy Something. So while Buki said, the first thing Buki said was, I don't even know about talking about this. You will be surprised the things that go on especially in the minds of young people who are like, why is this? The young people that are having that are questioning many, many things. And it is our duty as elder states women like you are to bring them back and, put them on the right path. That's the reason for this conversation. The next one is something that we've talked about before, but I want to approach this from a different perspective. And I really like that Ibinabo went from that angle where she was saying, I've done CS, I've done vaginal, there's no shame there. But we have a stigma of shame in Nigeria. Uh, you do not breastfeed, it's formula you gave, you did not take your child to XYZ school, is that school you took your child to, I don't give my children conflicts in the morning, is Gary I gave it. Like, there's so much comparison when it comes to these things that has now caused a stigma. So, and people feel ashamed to come out. This lady said, that's Adeze Yobos, came out to say that she had her first child, like in the case of Ibnabo, via C-section, but was ashamed to talk about the fact that she had that child via C-section because she just felt this is shameful, right? And she didn't start talking about the fact that she said, look, I had a child, like what Ibnabo said, I carried this child, I delivered this child, the child is safe. Mother is safe. She even heard the cry of the mother and the child. That's what's important. What's this thing about shaming women for the choices they make when it comes to giving birth? What choice was put upon you because your doctor said, okay, maybe the baby is breech or whatever, or whether it was a self-choice, C-section or vaginal birth or formula or breastfeeding or kilo tukum. I buy brand new clothes for my children. No, I buy thrift for my children. Kilo too cool. My children pass their clothes down to each other. It is alarming. Susan, yeah, let's hear you go first.
I just think that in this part of the world, we put unnecessary pressure on ourselves. We've discussed this before on this platform. And one of the things I raised at the time was, you might be a woman whose pelvic cannot allow for you to push a child. One of the things you do as a grown adult is to find out about yourself. If your pelvic cannot push out a child, and this is what I'm trying to also tell women with disabilities, because they want to do the Hebrew women syndrome. They want to just show the world that I've told them, the things you cannot do, make peace with it and move. Do not force unnecessary pressure, because even those without disabilities, some have small pelvic that they cannot push children. Why do you make yourself, feel less? And I have seen it happen severally, where people, they are hush saying, do you even know that so and so gave birth? And guess the people who do most of this talking, they are women. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Why do we do these things to other women? Are you not even happy that this lady came out with her child? Why are we bothered about how I've seen someone, all 3 kids were CS, and heaven did not fall to the earth.
You cannot fall down.
Women out there, the essence of these conversations are for us to sensitize and raise awareness. Some things are not your making. I didn't go back to breech and some other things in childbirth. I have been in a labor room where women severally have given birth to children. So I know these things firsthand. It has absolutely nothing to do with, oh, God doesn't love me. It might even be health conditions.
Yeah.
What if you have preeclampsia where your BP just goes up? Would you even be in the right state to start pushing and pushing and pushing? What would you rather do? Do you want that woman to lose her life? If you talk about breast milk, they are not breastfeeding there. Do you know whether that person can even pump out breast? And it's good I'm even starting because I never born. So I'm telling
Same
you from
like
an
that,
informed point.
start.
No, I have to reiterate that so that they know, so
Mm,
that the other women who will speak, they will know this one's don't born. But even from this angle, I
mm,
also have that understanding. We need to be informed. I think one of the things that is happening is less information. We are worried about Hebrew women, but we're not worried about finding out what works for us as women. What
correct.
can your body, what can your health take, and what can it not take? Oh, because my friend pushed. Oh, within the last 30 minutes, she just went and it just popped out. Oh, I just want the same for myself. Yes, we all want to live in that fairy tale. But please, by God Almighty and by the earth that you live in, do what works for you.
Yeah.
Family members, and this is an advice for family members, husbands, and just a few weeks ago we discussed and they said it was a skit where a
Mhm.
woman was begging the husband and she said no, no way, they were not going to do this. Let us be guided on days like this. It's a Monday morning and it's a call to action. Let us be guided.
Yeah.
Know what works for your wife or your sister or whoever. If is it better to type RIP than
God,
congratulations, which is best for you?
God
Thank
forbid.
you.
Thank you so much, Suzanne. Ibn about from the perspective of family, because we've seen. I remember seeing a woman who came out to say that when she was going to get married into her husband's family, they told her, oh her, we don't used to do CS here. We do used to push. It's a family tradition. And so a woman like in the instance that Susan has given, who has a small pelvic and cannot pelvic, she cannot push. What happens in that instance? What would like? How do we begin to sensitize family members and sensitize women ourselves to say, oh no, you cannot be insisting on this thing because you need to know what works for this woman. That's even for CS. Financial pockets. Oh, it's conflicts. My children are drinking. Oh, it's Gary. That's another one. Oh, no matter for mom. Okay, for mom. I mean, it's just in so many ways. Please go ahead, Ibn.
Okay, thank you, Lady Fumi. Let me tell you one thing. You see, women have conditioned women to think that CS is
Hmm.
whatever it is.
Hmm.
If you accept it, you're on your own.
Hmm.
Because if you say that in your family, people are Hebrew, okay, me, I'm coming from the other side of Hebrew people. I wasn't born into your family. I only married into your family. I'm
Mm-hmm.
coming from a place, me too, I'm coming from, see, my mom had, hey, Yami Shabiamo, oh Shabiamo, my mama born. Out of the bumble when she born, some even died. You understand?
Hmm.
Last child, she had the last child last years. And she's a she the boy is fine, is fantastic, is in fact is the most active of my brothers. So you see, when you're coming into a family where they are telling you ABC and they say, if it was after you were married already, fine. But if it was before you're married, you're going to call this guy aside and talk some sense into him. Look, I'm coming from a background different from yours. We are supposed to come together and support each other.
And create our own self.
My brothers, see, if you tell me that, I will tell you my brothers have money. They married as rich boys. You don't have that kind of money. So should I be demanding for that from you? People
Hmm.
should all be fair. And you should learn to stand your ground.
Hmm.
Nobody, yes, there are people who personally choose to have their babies via CS. When I was in labor in the hospital, the matron, her husband is the owner of the hospital, she's the matron of the hospital. And I was in the annex of the hospital, not in the main hospital. And the husband and wife, they loved me. I don't know, maybe they just loved me, and I really do appreciate them. And when I was in labor, they were even more frustrated than even my parents, because they understood what was going on with me. Here
Hmm.
was I had my scan, everything was fine. Just 2 days after my scan, I went to labor, and then the baby don't breach. How do you explain that? That is science for you, and you can't explain that, and that is God for you, walking in his ways. And I had my baby via CS. Do you think CS is funny? Almost CS is like you may die.
Yeah.
Do you know what happened to me when I had? That's why when I hear people say CS is clinical, I would lose myself with you, because see, when I went into when they wheeled me to the theater, and they gave me whatever they gave me to knock me off.
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to be knocked off for a certain number of hours. I came around earlier. And what happened? I was seeing myself. I was going around the hospital. For me, I was going around the hospital. I didn't have to open doors. I could enter anywhere. And at a point, I became curious in that state. I wanted to go outside of the hospital to check other places. And I couldn't leave. I could not leave. It was like, even above the fence, it was like there was something that couldn't allow me to pass. Okay, so I went back. And then I now went into the room I was. I saw myself with my mother holding. I'm telling you this, when I remember this, I am forever grateful to God. I saw my mother holding me, holding my hand, and she was dozing. She was tired. And then I looked into the cot. I saw a baby. Who is this? Mommy, what am I doing here? I was asking her, and she didn't hear me. I looked into my baby's face. Immediately, I saw her face. Compassion overwhelmed me. And that moment, I came round. That second, immediately I looked at that baby. Who is this? Who is baby? I didn't know what was going on. Immediately, I looked at my baby's face. In my journey of traveling all over the hospital,
all right,
I woke up. I could have died. And somebody come and tell me, CS is more expensive than vaginal birth. CS is a lot of risk.
Yeah,
please. It's a lot of risk. Nobody should just talk down on women who give birth by CS. I didn't pray.
We cannot hear even about any longer, and we're running out of time.
So, because it's no joke, please.
All right. Thank you so much, Ibinabo. Okay, lastly, to round us off, Buki, your final thoughts on this.
Okay, so yeah, Ibinabo had, I mean, if anybody hears what Ibinabo has said, and the person will still say, kill me, kilaju, God will forgive you. That's just the thing. So, and then when they now call Ibinabo Mama, so, and then she'll now say, I know why you calling me like that. She will remember, it's not easy. It's not, you understand? It's not easy. Yeah. It's like somebody was, I didn't know the person was a doctor. I mean, medical doctor, and I was calling her by, her name, and somebody said, I beg, call her Dr. this. I said, I didn't know she was a doctor. And, she saw my expression that I was a bit, how will I put it? I didn't know. I was there. And she now asked me why. I said, 6 years. It's not easy. My daughter went through it, and I know what she went through, So anytime, in fact, I will call her Dr. Femi. That's my daughter, that because I know what she went through, so I have to say, apologize. I didn't know. I said, because I know what you went through, I beg. Not be say you go on that table, go bring something. You went through the medical school. So please, you warrant me calling you doctor, and it's the same thing for a mother. Please, let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy the colors. They're not body shaming you or whatever it is. But like I said, I mean, you can't be calling Iya Beji in a seminar or in a business, whatever, etiquette now, you understand? Okay, we are down to family, society, church, things that are socially related. if they call me Yabeji, in fact, many times when they call Yabeji beside me, I'll be turning. And that one they will not
You're
know
not
that.
sure it's you.
No, it's not. I say, me too, I'm a Yabeji. Oh, really? Ah, okay now.
All right. Thank you so much, ladies, for today's very, very exhaustive conversation. Today was one for the books. Again, in honor of Mother's Day, really, because like all the ladies have rightly said, we don't even have enough days to celebrate women. And shout out to every single woman, biological mom, taking care of somebody, in charge of somebody, step moms. I think that one day we should even have stepmom conversation too, and maybe invite someone who's an actual stepmom to the conversation. Stepmothers, every single you are sure acting as a mom. When my sister last year, my dad was talking about my sister, and he was like, "Oh, your sister's actually lived with you for 10 years, so you're her mother." I was like, "Oh." I didn't even see it that way. So most times he's like, no, yeah, and yeah, kind of thing. So single mom, happy Mother's Day to you. We see you, we celebrate you, and we pray that God will continue to grant you grace, grant us all grace and the wisdom to continue in this motherhood journey. And please don't be ashamed of being called by your child's name. That's your trophy. They are calling you by your child's name. That's like you're seeing the trophy. Like if they gave you an award, that's the award, life award that you are seeing. Once again, thank you, ladies. Catch you same time tomorrow on another edition of Her Lens. Take care. Next up is Radio Doctor. This is still Women Radio 91.7. God bless you.